President Obama is basking in the glow of his first 100 days and all the favorable reviews he's getting, but he faces two looming crises to add to the list, crises that could make his next 100 days more challenging than anything he has faced before: Pakistan and Afghanistan. The government in Pakistan is having enormous trouble holding back Taliban insurgents, so much so that Secretary of State Hillary Clinton points out the militants could conceivably get control of Pakistan's nuclear weapons. While that seems unlikely, the U.S. is preparing to send more aid to Pakistan and increase training of Pakistani forces. But in the end, American officials say it's up to the Pakistanis themselves. President Obama addressed the issue in his news conference on his 100th day in office.
I am gravely concerned about the situation in Pakistan, not because I think that they're immediately going to be overrun and the Taliban would take over in Pakistan. More concerned that the civilian government there right now is very fragile.
The big question is whether they're up to the task. In neighboring Afghanistan, Obama is sending 21,000 extra troops to expand efforts to root out and destroy al-Qaeda terrorists and their allies, who have long used the country as a training center and sanctuary. And the U.S. military admits that the war there is not going well. In many ways, the history of Afghanistan is a history of resisting foreign forces, including Alexander the Great and Genghis Khan. More recently, it was the British in the 19th century. Writer Rudyard Kipling summarized the situation in a poem called The Young British Soldier. Here's an excerpt. When you're wounded and left on Afghanistan's plains, and the women come out to cut up what remains, just roll to your rifle and blow out your brains, and go to your God like a soldier. Such is the vicious nature of warfare in Afghanistan, something that the Soviet Union learned in the 1980s. The Soviets failed, as did the British and so many others. Now, increasingly, it's President Obama's problem. For U.S. News and World Report, I'm Ken Walsh.